happy Monday. Let's get started here.
Gotcha.
So, this game, Dark Envoy, this is... What kind of game is this? This is... I'm calling it an action RPG slash tactical turn-based game hybrid, because that's kind of what it is. Basically, you can run around in turn-based, or no, sorry, real-time mode here. You just click and go where you want to go with your characters. Hit spacebar to go into tactical mode. In this case, it's paused. So you can go here and you can issue commands, and then when you want the commands to be executed, you can either hit your tab key to go into slow motion mode. Select that, or you can pause again, issue new commands, go back in slow-mo, or you can go to real time and it'll go do the same thing. So it's kind of cool.
Sure.
Kind of like it. Other games do it, yes, but overall I like the way they've implemented the way it works. And how big can your party be? 4 people at a time, but usually that's only when you go into dungeon type areas. When you're running around in town here, it's just the 2. The 2 characters are Malachi and Kayla. They are brother and sister. You get to customize them at the start of the game. When you first get them, you get to pick their classes and their appearance. There are 4 classes to choose from. Each class has 3 subclasses that open up when you get to level 7. So you get to that. What kind of classes are there? There's a melee class. There's a range class, like a ranger, bowman type person, or guns. There's an engineering class where they kind of build stuff, sort of, kind of. And then there's a caster or a wizard type class. And again, they all have their little archetypes that are a little bit different than the others. Is there multiplayer implemented in this game? There is. Multiplayer is a thing in this game. See, multiplayer. So you can just start a session right from here, and I guess have people joined in. Kind of stuff. Now we are in a town that is, what is it? We basically moved out of the starting area finally, and there's more characters. Right now, you start with 2, and then as you go through the starting area, you pick up a 3rd. And then when you're done with third area, you come over to this town, you pick up, I think, 3 or 4 more people, I think it is. I think it's 3. And basically you end up with basically 1 person from each of the 4 classes, including the 2 you already, or excluding the 2 you already have. So, and they're all characters in the storyline. So they have their own little voice lines and that kind of fun stuff. And it doesn't matter if they're the same classes as what you have for the brother and sister here. It just doesn't matter. So you could have duplicates, maybe, but it doesn't have to be. So, go to the underground tunnels is our current quest. Oh, inventory. So, inventory stuff. Malachi is an elementalist, which again is a wizard type. He's dual wielding stuff right now. He's actually dual wielding wands at the moment. He's got a Marauder wand, which does frost damage or cold damage, and then he's got an Elven wand, which does poison damage. But also has other stuff like armor strip and armor penetration. Marauder wand's got better critical chance and critical damage, that kind of stuff. So you get items with different stuff, rings, amulets, armor, of course. They got different appearances to them, and there's an inventory system so that the less weight you're wearing, the more higher your attack speed, better movement speed, better mana regen. More armor you wear, the more the slower stuff comes back. Do we decide if this was steampunkish? Yes, it is steampunkish because there are guns and stuff. The dev that was in here a couple weeks back, they said they call it mana punk. Because it's not really steampunk so much. It's definitely steampunk-like, but mana punk is probably more accurate because it's more magic stuff than it is steam, I think. So, anyway, that's Malachi here. Oh, there's everybody in our party, so to speak, or our group. Anyway, Malachi, elementalist. Then Kayla, she's a blade master. She's currently dual wielding. She's going to be a... Actually, Blade Master is a dual-wielding class. She's using 2 daggers. We actually made these, I think. There's actually a crafting system. You can see up the top there, so you can make your own items if you want. I think this is the one these two I think we made. And for melee, when you have, actually I think even the spellcasters, yeah, even the spellcasters, depending on what their weapon is in their main hand, in the right hand, they get special abilities based on what the weapon is. In this case, with the wand, you can overcharge, which your attack strain mana from the target and transfer it to you for 15 seconds. So it's a special ability based specifically with wands, daggers, handheld weapons. They get different stuff. In this case, daggers allow you to backstab, which is actually a teleportation to your target. You stab them and get you to beat the crap out of them. Hammers get like a stun, swords get like a bleed, that kind of thing. So, getting the weapons in your main hand get a special ability. And the other 4 characters we picked up. So Benedict, he's a guardian, so basically tank. And because he's got a shield, so he gets a shield bash. That's a... I don't know. I think that's specifically because he has a shield. It's not really... He doesn't get the sword ability. I think the shield ability overrides that. Again, so as you can see, carrying around more stuff. He's heavy. So he's more, tankish based. Then Cestia, she is an elven bounty hunter. Bounty hunters are the range class. It's a subclass of the range class. And she's dual wielding elven crossbows. We haven't seen the next 3 characters in action yet. We just did get them. So, but anyway, that's her elves. She's an elf. Then Leon, he's an engineer or a constructor, subclass, archetype, whatever you want to call it. He's not dual wielding a rifle. He is just using a 2-handed rifle, so that's why it's showing up in both slots there. And his special ability is it's empty, advance, and specific attributes to obtain it. So he doesn't have one yet. So that's Leon again. I haven't seen a constructor in action yet. And then Vaso, a combat medic. So this is basically the same class as Malachi, the same base class, basically spellcaster. But the difference is their subclass. She's a combat medic as opposed to an elementalist. Elementalists are, more focused on doing damage. Combat medic, you would think, more healing. That's the general idea it is behind it. And she's using a 2-handed staff as opposed to a wand. And she doesn't have a special ability yet for that. So that's our group as we know it. And again, we haven't seen the last 3 in action yet. As far as Benedict as a tank, he's pretty beastly as a tank. His damage output pretty much sucks, but he takes a lot of abuse, so it doesn't really matter so much because that's his job. Kayla, though, is, so far, we actually had her dual wielding a sword and a dagger, or a dagger and a sword or something, whatever it was. And her damage output was pretty good. But now that she's dual wielding daggers, she's actually seems to be doing more damage than the mage is for the most part. Because we just put her on auto and she just goes around and just kills stuff. And that's just the way it is. Anyway, any questions on what you want to see here other than... So skills, this is the skill trees, or skill triangles if you want to call them. The left side is the base class, and the right side is the specialized class. So when they level up, they get class points and specialization points. We don't know when those show up. I'm guessing when they level up too. Not sure how that works though. Haven't figured it out quite yet. Because we haven't leveled up since we hit level 7. So level 7 again is when you open stuff up. Quest, of course. Research. Oh, research is how you open up more stuff for crafting. You pick up research points as you go through dungeon areas, or do quests, whatever. You pick up research points, and then you buy stuff on the trees to see what you want to do. In this case, top line is crafting, enchantments, and tactical. Tactical, of course, is during combat. Enchantments are enchantments you put on your weapon. Certain, not just weapons, equipment. Not all equipment can have enchantments. They just have some of them have slots. But not everything does. So, then crafting. You basically just, your research is what opens up the recipes that you can do. So Marauder, we have the most. Marauder is basically the low level gear over here. And then as you adventure around, you pick up the materials like iron or whatever the second one is. I forget what that is. Different metals. It's basically you go down here, you pick, I want to make another dagger. And I want to make it out of this stuff, which I forget the name of. And then you can say the rarity. Is it going to just be a basic weapon? Is it going to be green? Or is it going to be blue? And as you can see, it's affecting the costs. So in this case, it would be 5 of those. We have 6. And then you have these like soul gems. The soul gems are, you have to use them for everything, no matter what. And you can see we've got 3 random statistics that it's going to end up on the dagger. What statistics will they be? Possible statistics: damage, armor strip, resistance strip, armor penetration, resistance penetration, and critical chance, it looks like. So we could do this. And the damage for an elven dagger is 17 punch him in the face and 10 poison. It's actually a really good dagger. The problem, well, let's see. If we craft this, it's going to eat up the metal. Sure, let's see what we get. So pre-craft the item. So resistance strip 2%, resistance penetration 8%, armor penetration 14. So I don't necessarily like the first 2. So you can just click on these again and you can reroll the stats for 1 gem. So this costs you to get rid of these for something better, fingers crossed. Armor strip, resistance strip. Don't really care about the resistance strip. I don't really care about the armor strip either. Critical chance 7%. I like that though. Armor strip. We got enough soul points. Let's see what else we can get better. So again, critical chance increased by 7%, armor penetration 14. Once again, armor frost. So we could get weapon damage more. Actually, we're not going to get too much better here, other than the weapon damage. Because I don't care about the resistance stuff. Because, yeah, who cares? And do we care about the armor strip if you've got armor penetration? That'll make it that much better, right? I'll do one more. Resistance penetration. I think that'll affect the poison stuff. Make sure that gets through better. So yeah, armor penetration, resistance penetration when you've got, off, not physical stuff. And 18.9, this is like a damage rating or rating for the weapon. And that's definitely better than what she currently has. I'm going to craft that. And then we go into our inventory. Not you, her. So again, she currently has a Marauder Dagger, that one. There's the dagger. So, critical chance for the first weapon, not so much. Anyway, that's 11 and 20 for the first dagger. Critical chance and critical damage. Now this one is critical chance, critical damage, and armor penetration. 10.5, 11.2. So this weapon is definitely better. Now the question is, do we want it on the first hand or the second hand? We want it on the first hand. So that's 11.2, that one's 10.5. That's 10.52. So we went to 11.2 for the critical damage plus 20%. So now you can see that her critical chance is 38% and critical damage is a 185%. So close to triple what it would be when she hits stuff. So she can basically tear stuff up with this. And the attack speed, the ATS, that's attacks per second, I believe. So 0.7 and 0.7. Compare that to, say, a pistol. Multi-shot does 0.3. Ancient Axe is 0.4. Sword is 0.6. And regular dagger is 0.7. So And Parasite Wand, this is a wand at 0.5. So daggers are the fastest weapon we've seen so far at 0.7. And she's dual wielding them. It's squiggly. So that works. So there's that. So that's crafting items. Now enchanting. Over on the left there's all the items that you can currently enchant. On the right is what the enchantments you can give them based on what they are. Kind of stuff there is. So melee weapons. So. Oh, and there's little faces next to them. So these items already have enchantments on them. Right? Yeah, this one already has the mana flow. Oh, no, sorry. That's what you can put on this ring. It has no slot. So Father's Ring, being held by Malachi, could put the mana flow on it, which increases his max mana per second. So it's a mana regen. 0.5 and 1. If it's a ring, it's 0.5. If it's an amulet, it's 1. So 0.5% or 1% based on what kind of item it is. Currently doesn't have anything. Pants, same general idea. Get a magic resistance, so you get resistance for everything except chaos or parry magic once per combat. Prevents a hard disabling status, stun or similar, and instead reflects it back on the caster. When triggered, gain 25 hit point regen for 5 seconds. So you can put that on your pants if you want. Now what does this actually cost us though? There's another ring. There's the hat. Or helmet, sorry. There's an amulet. So the amulet has this on it, the aggression flow. So while she's wearing this amulet with this little buff, the aggression flows. So it's not here. Oh, because it's plugged in. That's why. So you have to change it. And the numbers represent how many soul stones are going to cost you to basically change the enchantment. We don't want to change this because we already put this one on. Plus 15% to weapon skill, plus 6% to critical, and plus 15% to critical damage. So you're getting that from our amulet. And from the ring, there's nothing going on there. This one, multi-shot. This weapon fires 3 projectiles at once. That's what its buff is. Even though we don't actually have that enchantment, that's what it came with. But we could swap it out for one of these if we want, but we don't want. Because we're not even using this thing at the moment. Same with this one, Parasite Rod. Each weapon attack injects the target with 1 stack of void parasite that slowly develops over time, adding 1 stack per second. When the virus reaches 10 stacks, the target suffers 30 or the 50. It's hard to tell. That's chaos damage, I believe, and fear for 30 seconds. Afterwards, the effect is removed. So that's a pretty good void parasite. What happens if you take it off? That means you take it off. You can't put it back unless you have it already, which we don't. So how do you get more of this stuff? That's through research. So it's all, connected. This one, that's aggression flow. That's for... Oh, that's on here. Oh, they both have the same thing. That's Malachi and that's Kayla. They both have the same buff. So emergency shield is another option for amulets and rings or the mana flow. More damage. More damage, you don't need as much mana. That's how that works. Now we could put this mana flow onto his ring though. It's just that this isn't a very good ring. If I remember right. Don't. Oh, that's her, not him. They have the same hat, and I keep thinking they're the same person. But the father's ring already has a mana cost reduction of 10%. So it's actually not a bad ring. It's just not great. It's a nice little starter ring. I don't want to throw an enchantment on it. Simple as that. And Codex, of course, is everything that we're aware of. Questions? No questions? Good. Let's go kill some stuff. Quick save. F5. Okay, so we're supposed to be going into the underground here. Sure you want to? Yes. And now we get to pick who's going to come with us. We haven't seen a ranger in action. That's the bounty hunter. And do we want a constructor or a healer? Let's see the constructor in action. So, and at the bottom you can see their behaviors, what you want to see. So the first option is they don't do anything until you tell them to. Autonomous stance is, aggressive stance is they go out and they attack everything with their weapons, but they don't really use any abilities until you tell them to. Autonomous is they just do whatever they want. And that's not a joke. They do whatever they want. But it's, you know, obviously towards killing stuff and that kind of thing. But they attack with their weapons, they use their abilities, that kind of thing. So they're autonomous. You can still tell them what to do, though. You just, you know, you can give them individual commands. We usually leave them on autonomous so they can do their thing. That way you only have to worry about running one character. It's easier that way. And this is very much like if you've ever played the original Baldur's Gate 1 and 2. Same general idea how this works is you just run around in real time, get into combat, you can issue orders by pausing, that kind of thing. Same general idea. Okay, so let's see how this goes. Again, we haven't seen those two characters in action yet. It'll be interesting. Oh, and what's the storyline? Your parents were killed.
So, all you know is that some local gangsters have been spotted in these caves? That's pretty vague.
Yeah, that's not much to go by. And why would it be so urgent?
The Merchants Guild give me mission details. Complain to them.
You work for the city?
So they don't throw me out. I fight too much.
Who do you fight with?
People that ask too many questions.
Rucros, did you hear that? Sorry, I just found that really amusing. Anyway, so map. So map is actually in the middle of the screen, but we can't really see too much. That way. Can't spin the camera around. Get the mini camera or mini map up in the upper right hand corner. And I'm just gonna go
I want to know where we're going.
that way. So the red here means that there's bad guys over there. They're looking for stuff. If we get into the red area, combat will start. The white wall here means that once you cross over it, there's a big fight that's going to happen, and you can't leave this area until the fight is complete. Does it matter? Not really. And there's quick travel, of course. Okay. But we don't want to go anywhere yet. And if you look at the mini-map, there's something up here on the right. The white thing. I don't know what it's going to be. But... oh yeah, there's cover for your ranged units that get into cover so they don't get shot as much. There's exploding things like these barrels and some other different stuff too.
Follow me.
There's a few in here.
More trouble on our way.
Here. Well, that just blew up. That's not good. Anyway, so I paused it. We want... oh, she's actually looks like she's jumping over. Her backstab isn't active, so that means I think she's using it. But our main little character here, we want to... free spike. This is like a little exploding cold thing. So do that for him. Shoot flurry of bolts. Fires 6 bolts at enemies in a cone, each dealing 40% weapon damage, inflicting statuses like regular weapon attack. She also has smoke screen. Roll away from the target direction. Line of visibility for 30 seconds. Toxic bomb. Explosive roll. Roll in any chosen direction, leaving behind a toxic bomb that explodes after 2 seconds. Cleanse wounds, so to heal. Wind stance gains 25% attack speed for 20 seconds. For her. Toxic bomb. Sure, how about do that? And then our engineer, Leon. Leon has construct an automaton. Summons an automaton for 20 seconds. Gun turret. Stationary range unit. Hit points and damage scale with summoner's skill power and lasts for 30 seconds. Charge ground. Generates an electric surface in a 12-meter drawn path that lasts for 7 seconds. Healing syringe. Fires a healing dart at the target ally other than the caster, healing them for 80 hit points and granting 8 hit point regen for 10 seconds. So 160 healing total. And shock bolt. Fires an electric blast at the target, dealing 90 damage and inflicting charge for 10 seconds and stun for 6. And there's other stuff that goes along with that, maybe. So, let's put down a gun. That's a big turret. We'll go to slow motion, see what everybody wants to do. There she goes, she's backstabbing. Well, maybe not. I don't know, she charged over there for some reason. There's a gun turret landing. Get out of this circle. So that's, there. Should get out of here first. This is Gimpy needs to talk to me. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. So, Malachi, are you moving out of there? Yes, you are. So, go slow-mo. Gotta get out of there before the explosion goes off, of course. And no problem. So Malachi, he's got a little apprentice he can summon. A little fire apprentice. Basically a little golem type deal. See, because they're autonomous, they're just doing what they want to do type deal. You run your shield so you don't take any damage from these losers. Not wearing a shield.
Yes.
So she's just back here doing what she wants to do, which is fine. Activate his little wand so he gets mana back. For some reason, this guy is spinning in a circle against something. I don't know what. Oh, look, we can hit him with the little frost. What are these called? Prismatic flares. 3 prismatic projectives at enemies in a cone, each dealing 60 damage and inflicting vulnerable for 20 seconds. Each projectile chooses fire, cold, or poison damage type to match its target's lowest elemental resistance. Yes, it works well. And we have something behind us.
Time to get our hands dirty.
And his little golem friend basically is supposed to attack anything he's attacking. And we can speed things up a little bit.
One down.
Here. Ow, walk right into that. Deal. What's this? Oh, fire weapons. This is basically a buff for everybody in the group. But we won. So, pick up the stuff on the ground. As you can see, it's got some action RPG stuff, and definitely slow motion and pause slows things down, but makes it more controllable. Oh, and you can attack this stuff, and if you do, it'll explode within that area. Something will happen. Oh, it does poison and cold damage if you destroy that. This is a mining thing. This should be the metals. So, iron.
Let's get going.
Got it ready now. And a chest. So basic gloves, iron, gold. I'll have to go through that stuff later.
Sure. Why not?
I agree. Sure, why not? I have to come
Sounds
back
interesting.
down here, and what's down here? Harry.
You there? Please!
What happened? Who did this to you?
These bastards have gone mad. They're trying to plant bombs under the city. This shit's crazy. I never signed up to be a terrorist.
Yes, you did.
I refused. Stood up to the boss, but he just cut me down laughing. Left me here to die.
What are they targeting?
I think he said something about the League embassy. He's got so many explosives, it'll take out half the city anyway.
This is serious. They're going to kill thousands of people.
They don't care anymore. Too far gone. Shouldn't have listened to the whispers.
Whispers? What do you mean?
Just stop them. Too late for...
Shit. This is bad. We need to move quickly.
Do you have any loot? Does the crazy guy have any loot? Doesn't look like it. Boo. Get ready to touch that. Right? Yes.
Gotcha.
And this is a heal fountain, so heal everybody up if they need it. A couple of healings to do, so that's okay. And again, we do have healing, but it's not as good as the fountain, I don't think. Ah, bugs, spiders. Everybody loves spiders. Turret down.
Seriously? More?
Issuing orders. Toxic bomb. Kill all that stuff. Go. Yeah, that explosion does. There's a little toxic bomb going in there. It's going to get them all.
Perish.
Yeah, fire weapons.
The crystals here are beautiful.
Unfortunately, when gathered, they lose the fluorescent glow. Feeble little things.
Have poison. So that was easy. And there's our heal there. She did heal too, right? Cleanse wounds. Well, it heals them for additional blah, 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 removes all harmful statuses. Oh, this is a, you have to target them. Never mind. So we've got single target heals and group heals. Slightly different effects.
Yeah.
More stuff back here. So we're only picking up iron. I think we have to find a way to get other stuff done, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff. Notice that they drop stuff. Okay, back this way.
Sure, why not?
Yeah. Game tends to be a little bit low in audio side of things for some reason. Not sure why.
Be careful, enemies up ahead.
Probably overkill to do that, but
There they are. Cover me.
The part about this is you don't have to click, click, click. So you don't have to keep clicking stuff to do attacks.
Hey,
which
bag
is
of
nice.
water. It is time to take a break. Go stretch your legs.
Just a second.
Your next break is in 1 hour.
After you.
Glasswood bow, two-handed bow. Sorry, I had to sneeze. So this bow we just picked up. That's a unique bow. It's only 9 damage. Range is 20 meters, critical plus 5%, movement speed, armor penetration, explode damage, explode radius. So for you, your stuff is 13.8. This is better range. Weapon speed is about the same. Damage is poison versus frostbite. Critical chance is better. Crossbows do fire faster. But range. Increases movement speed, critical chance, armor penetration, explode damage, explode radius. Oh, enchantments are glass arrows. Let's see what that is. It's a power shot. Fires at the target enemy, dealing 200% weapon damage, pushing them back and inflicting 2-second stun. Let's see what that does for a little bit. But gotta take a break first. I'm gonna see what the dogs. Mrs. Gimpy is off running errands now, so I gotta go check on the dogs, see where they ended up, and hopefully they end up back in front of the dog camera. Anyway, I'll be back in a few minutes. Thank you all very much for watching. Enjoy the dog video.